Hello, time travelers, and welcome to another episode of This Day in History. As always, if you're new to this channel and enjoy learning about history, not only from the US, but also from around the world, then don't forget to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. Without further ado, let's get into it. Today we're going to start out in 19 BCE when the Roman poet Virgil, best known for his national epic of the Aeneid, had died. In 1435, in the French kingdom, the Treaty of Arras was signed, ending the long quarrel between Duke Philip of Burgundy and King Charles VII. According to the teachings of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Morny was an angel or resurrected being who appeared to Joseph Smith on this day in 1823 and instructed him to restore God's church on earth. In 1840, while experimenting with gallic acid, a chemical he was informed would increase the sensitivity of his prepared paper, William Henry Fox Talbot discovered that the acid can be used to develop a latent image on the paper, leading to a revolution in photography. 27 years later, in 1867, Henry L. Stimson, an American statesman who exercised a strong influence in U.S. foreign policy in the 1930s and 40s, and served in the administrations of 5 presidents between 1911 and 1945, was born. 1937 is when the Bank of England dropped the gold standard and the pound sterling promptly lost 28% of its value, undetermining the sovereignty of the countries in Eastern Europe and South America. The following year, 1937 is when English writer J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit, a coming-of-age fantasy that became a classic, was published. The following year, in 1938, withdrawal of all foreign troops in Spanish Republican Army is pledged unconditional by Premier Juan Nero before the League Assembly. Again, the following year, in 1939, Premier Ahmed Khalkhusin of Romania, assassinated by members of pro-Nazi Iron Guard in Bucharest. Assassins were executed on sight, and a new temporary cabinet of General George Agnew ordered the execution or imprisonment of hundreds of other Iron Guardists during the next 2 days. In 1950, American comedian and actor Bill Murray, best known for his trademark deadpan humor on television's Saturday Night Live and for his film roles, was born. 7 years later, in 1957, the American TV series Perry Mason, which was based on a mystery series by Early Stanley Gardner, debuted and became hugely popular, especially noted for Raymond Burr's portrayal of the title character. 1972 is when Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos imposed martial law in the Philippines, beginning a period of harsh authoritarian rule. 1981 is when Belize gained its independence from the United Kingdom. A year after the turn of the century, in 2001, in stock market trading, the United States, the Dow Jones Industrial Average posted its largest weekly loss of 14.3% since the Great Depression. 2004 is when the American band Green Day released its iconic American Idiot, which later won a Grammy Award for Best Rock Album and was adapted into a rock opera. And our final event happened in 2013 when Al-Shabaab militants launched a terrorist attack on the Watergate Shopping Center in Nairobi, which ended 3 days later and left more than 65 people dead, and Ghanaian poet and novelist, including Ghanaian poet and novelist Kofi Awonor. Anyway, with that, we return to 2024 and our current history. Now, let's head over to the animal kingdom for fact number 40. Polar bears have jet black skin under their white fur coats. It helps them absorb heat to keep warm, while the white fur helps provide camouflage in the snowy and icy environment that they live in. Now let's head over to the science lab for our 40th science fact. The moon looks upside down in the southern hemisphere, compared to the northern hemisphere anyway. This means that the man in the moon is upside down in the southern hemisphere and looks more like a rabbit. And with that, I'll see you all in the next one.